ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतुसे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। सो we welcome everyone for today's discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So yesterday we discussed from chapter 1 and verse number 37 and 38. So Arjuna, in these two verses, he started giving the fourth reason why he doesn't want to fight. So यद्यपि तेन पश्यन्ति लोभोपहत चेतसा कुलक्षय कृतं दोषं मित्रद्रोहे च पातकम् कथं न ज्ञेयम् अस्माभिः पापादस्मान् निवर्तितुं कुलक्षय कृतं दोषं प्रपश्यद्भिर्जनार्दन. So Arjuna says, O Janardhan, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends. Why should we, who can see the crime in destroying a family, engage in these acts of sin? And so Arjuna clearly states, although they are unable to see being blinded by the lobha, greed, their heart is overcome by greed. That's why they cannot see what will be the result in killing one's own. Kulakshaya means destroying the kula, his family. Here, kul refers to family, friends and relatives and family. This is the kul. So it will get destroyed. So kulakshaya kritam dosham. The fault in doing kritam, matlab kritam means the doing kulakshaya, destruction of kul. If one destroys the family members, the fault one cannot see. That there is so much patakam. There will be so much sinful activity. And not just sinful activity. What will be dosha? Now Arjuna will explain in the coming verses. And this will become the fourth reason of Arjuna's not fighting in this battlefield. The fourth reason is that there will be so many faults in Kulakshaya. If we slay down, if we kill our own family members and relatives and friends, so many faults will get generated. So what fault are there? Arjuna will explain. So, but in these two verses yesterday which we took, Arjuna stated that these other party, other warriors, Kauravas, because their heart is overtaken by greed, they cannot understand, they cannot see the fault in it. But we can see, Krishna, you can also see, I can also see. So why should we engage? So what will be the result? What will be the kulakshaya kritam dosham? What will be the dosh or fault in destroying the family? Now Arjuna explains step by step, systematically. Arjuna is very intelligent. He will give very logical, systematic explanation. What kind of faults will be generated in killing in destroying the family. So kulakshaya pranashyanti kuladharma sanatana dharma nashte kulam krishnam adharmo abhivattuta. With the destruction of the dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished, and thus the rest of the family becomes involved in their religion. So, with the destruction of the dynasty, Kul means dynasty or family. So, with the destruction of Kulakshay, with the destruction of the family. Pranashyanti. Prakristupena nashyanti. What? What will be vanquished completely? Pranashyanti. Kula dharma sanatana. The family tradition. Kula dharma. Kula dharma refers to those kind of spiritual activities or religious activities which are supposed to hand over, which is handed over in succession, kul after kul, family wise, generation after generation. Those religious activities which are handed over, handed down, generation after generation, which are very much required to maintain the peace and prosperity in family and in society. That is kul dharma. Just like this, all these samskaras, 16 samskar, beginning with Garbhadan samskar, then Jat samskar, and so many other Namkaran samskar, Dvija samskar, Vivaha samskar, and other samskaras, finally Antim samskar. So all these 16 samskar, all these purificatory activities, they are also Kula Dharma. Uh, these will be destroyed. Pranashyanti, Prakristupena nashyanti. This dharma will get destroyed. Uh, and these are Sanatana Dharma. So, but how this dharma will get destroyed? So the reason is Arjuna is telling the reason Kulakshaya. Kulakshaya means when the family members are destroyed, and especially in this great battlefield, all those elderly family members have come, and specifically the head of the family, the man, the Purusha. Purusha and man, they are actually the controller of the Kula, the family house. So they actually control by systematically encouraging their generation to follow religious principles. So in this battlefield, all the men or these Purushas, they will be killed, beginning from elderly personalities. So they will be killed. So uh, that Arjuna will explain in the upcoming verses. So all the womanhood, they will become independent. Children and women, they always require protection from elderly personalities, elderly men, they require protection. Uh, so when they will be killed in the battlefield. So women, uh, they will become independent, and children, they will become independent. So they will not be able to follow the Kula Dharma, which is Sanatan Dharma. And in this way, they will get polluted. We will explain later on. But here is just focusing on कि by if we fight in this battlefield, so many millions, practically soldiers or warriors from all parts of the world, each and every country, they participated in this great battlefield of Kurukshetra. Because 64 crores people, they participated. They are fighting. The 64 crore is a big number. If the 64 crores man from earth, they are killed on the spot, so all their family, they will get destroyed. The Kula Dharma will get destroyed, which is Sanatan principle. And Dharme naste Kulam Krishnam Adharmo Abhivattuta. And thus the rest of the family becomes involved in a religion. Dharme naste, when this Kul Dharma will be nasta, will get destroyed. So Dharme naste Kulam Krishnam. Krishnam is complete Kula, complete family, entire family, they will then get involved in adharma abhivattuta. They will get involved in doing irreligious activities. And this will be a great loss, great sin will be generated. Dharmena ste kulam krishnam adharmo abhivattuta. And practically we can see modern society. So kulakshaya pranashanti. Kula dharma sanatana. This kula dharma, nobody cares to follow kula dharma. So Arjuna was fearful that when elderly personalities, they will be not available, when they will be unavailable in the home. So the children and the women class of people, they will become involved in irreligious activities. There will be no protection, and adharma will be spread, and people will be get involved in other adharmic activity, because the head of the house is not present, who can control, who can implement, who can sometimes force to follow the religious principles, religious duties. The similar condition is happening nowadays in modern society. What Arjuna is fearing. Arjuna was fearful that in the absence of head, this thing will happen. Similarly, nowadays, there is absence of those elderly personalities, head of the house, who knows the Kula Dharma, the duties of religious life, and who can force their descendant, who can force their children and women to follow the Dharma. Because nowadays we find the concept of nucleus family. Earlier there were joint family, husband, wife, and the brother of husband, so many, and their wives, and then grandfather, grandmother. They all used to live together, big house. And big house, almost 20, 25, 30 family members are residing, and there is a head of the family, the grandfather is there, great grandfather is there. So they can clearly, they can inspire, and sometimes if necessary they can chastise, and they can force their children, grandchildren, and their wives to follow the principles of dharma. And in this way the family is protected, and they can uh, remains saved from doing irreligious activity. Even now, also we can see those families where they have this joint family concept, where the grandfather, grandmother, and their children with their wives, and then grandchildren, they all are living together. Uh, so these family are found to be more religious. They follow the principles of dharma. They do not get involved so much in sinful activity, and in this way they are a better they are situated in a better manner. They follow principles of religion, and they live together peacefully and a happy life, happy family life. Uh, on the other hand, those families who have become independent of their parents, grandparents, and they are living just alone, husband, wife, and one or two children. That's all. So they are just engaged in doing activities of sense gratification. They only go for job, earn money, and some or other maintain the family. That's all. No religious function. They become lazy in performing the religious activities. But when there is senior personalities, elderly personalities in the home, grandfather is there, grandmother is there, great grandfather, great grandmother is there, then those daughter-in-laws and their children and sons and daughters, even if sometimes they become lazy, even if sometimes they become corrupted with a modern society, the desires for performing sense gratification. So there is a force. No, no, we have to perform this religious activity. So they have to get up early in the morning and clean the kitchen, and cook for the Lord and offer the bhoga to the Lord and perform different type of religious activity time to time. So they are forced to do these things, and in this way, at least because of some social pressure, they remain always engaged in performing religious activity, and they are saved from performing sinful activity. They do not become involved so much in irreligious activity. So that is a great help. That is what Arjuna is fearing, and we can see nowadays also, even now also. So they are nicely situated. There are families, just like in Mumbai, in city like Mumbai also. We know those Gujarati families. Gujarati people, they are very religious. What is the reason? Although they are living in Mumbai, and sometimes they have good business job, they earn lot of money, but still they remain very religious. They have so much faith in the Lord. Why? What is the reason? Because they have kept their culture of staying together. They do not get separated. They stay together with their parents, and their wife and brother's wife and their children. So in this way, at least three generations are living together. So in this way, they are well protected. On the other hand, others who have uh, in their house, there is absence of elderly personalities, they easily get deviated. They easily get distracted and they get involved in irreligious activity. So that is what is Arjuna's prediction over here. Over here, just you can see in Bhagavad Gita what Arjuna was of fearful, what Arjuna was predicting. Uh, that is what is happening nowadays. After 5,000 years, we can see these things happening nowadays. So this is a very important reason Arjuna is giving. If we fight in this battlefield, my dear Krishna, then the elderly personalities who are responsible to protect the principles of religion, who are responsible to hand over, to inspire the duties, religious duties to their descendants, when they will be unavailable, then definitely this dharma, kula dharma will get destroyed, and adharma or irreligious activity will take place. This is natural. Either one is engaged religious in a religious way, otherwise he is sure to get involved in irreligious activities, sinful activity. There cannot be third option. You cannot find a person who is not religious, who doesn't believe in God, and who doesn't perform any kind of a cultural or festival or religious activity. You will not find that he is a very gentleman. No, he must be involved in some kind of sinful activity, and he cannot be peaceful at all. This is a fact. So Arjuna is this forecasting this thing here. That's why adharmo avivat tuta. If if the members of the family are not engaged in religious spiritual activities, then definitely over the period of time they will naturally get engaged in sinful activity. Because the reason is, from all around the world, from everywhere, there is a great force upon especially upon younger generation to perform sinful activity. There is great force from friend circle. There is great force from media, social media, great force from internet, and great force from corporate job life. Uh, all these things. There is a great force that the younger generation, especially young boys and girls, they may get deviated and they may get involved in performing irreligious activities. But when they are under the protection of elderly personalities who are properly situated, properly religious, then they are well protected. They are saved. Otherwise, they get involved. So this is a very important principle, that those who are elderly personalities, they should become Krishna conscious and spiritually inclined. Then their descendant also, they will also become Krishna consciousness. So adharma, one cannot save oneself from a sinful activity if he is not engaged properly in performing uh, spiritual activities, religious activities. So in the system of Varnashram institution, this Kula Dharma refers to actually Varnashram Dharma. And this is also, Arjuna is very nicely one thing mentioning, Kula Dharma Sanatana. So although these principles of religion, which are protected and handed over from generation after generation in Vedic society, Varnashram Dharma, so these are Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan means it has no beginning and it has no end. So temporarily, because of influence of Maya, sometimes it may happen that because of lack of proper guidance and protection from elder personalities, sometimes it may so happen that this is temporarily lost. It may appear that it is lost, but as soon as the principles of protecting religion are again installed or established, again this Sanatan Dharma will get manifested. And that is what Krishna's appearance is for. Krishna appeared to establish the principles of religion again, because Krishna found that because of the too much excessive burden of asuras, kings who are of having demonic mentality, the principles of religion have been neglected. So Krishna appeared and again he established the principles of religion by doing two things. First, he killed all those demonic kings who were becoming obstacle in the performance of religious activity, spiritual activity. This is first thing Krishna did. Paritranaya sadhana vinashayam dushkritam. Vinashaya dushkritam. And second, Paritranaya sadhuna. He protected brahmanas and devotees who were responsible for executing the principles of religion. Krishna did this. So similarly, whenever time to time it so happens that the Sanatan principles, the principles of Sanatan Dharma, when it is lost or it appears to get lost, at that time Krishna sometimes comes personally or sometimes he sends some of his bona fide devotee. Just like recently he sent Srila Prabhupada, who established the principles of real religious system, Sanatan Dharma, in the Western countries all over the world. And again, those who came in contact, those who are in Krishna consciousness movement, they are again flourishing with the religious principles. So that is why Sanatan means it cannot be destroyed. But sometimes when it appears to get destroyed, immediately the brahmanas or devotees, pure devotees especially, sent by the Supreme Lord, they protect that principles of religion. So in the system of Varnashram institution, there are many principles of religious traditions to help members of the family grow properly and attain spiritual values. There are many principles. And the elder members are responsible for such purifying processes in the family, beginning from birth to death. But on the death of the elder member, such family traditions of purification may stop, and the remaining younger family members may develop irreligious habits and thereby lose their chance for spiritual salvation. Therefore, for no purpose should the elder members of the family be slain. This is the logic reason Arjuna is giving, fourth reason. And Arjuna will explain further what will happen if the elder personalities are killed, then younger generation will become independent and they will have no force, no inspiration, no motivation, no knowledge uh, by which they can perform religious activities. And in this way, naturally, they will get involved in doing all kinds of sinful activity. They will get involved in a dharma. And what will happen when they will get involved in a dharma? Pradushyanti kulistriya. The first thing happens in the family in which there are no religious activities, no faith in God, and no protection from higher spiritually inclined elder personalities. In those family, the first thing happens, their striyas or womanhood, they get polluted. huh? And stri dishta suvarsneya jayate varnasankara. And then varnasankara, what will happen? Arjuna will explain finally. So this is very important reason. Okay. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much. If there are any questions, you can ask. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Yes. Any question?